What about KennyS then? Let's talk a bit about that. I want to get your thoughts here, MaleK, because I've known KennyS a long, long time, but it's funny because actually when we were talking earlier about that existence period, famously, when you guys were at that CS Summit tournament, was the one where Steel just got like triggered by KennyS peaking or something. It was like telling him like, bro, your style is outdated. And I was like, the reason I never commented on that is because it's like, knowing KennyS, like Steel was right, but he was also wrong. Because he was right in the sense that like actually Kenny was doing stuff like trying to take a peek as though he was like the absolute best player in the whole world. And obviously if the opponent knows you're just going to take the most obvious peek ever, like the fucking box on Banana or Inferno, mate, it's 2020. Like they're gonna, well, it was 2018 at the time, but they're gonna throw the fucking Molotov at you and the flash. Like it isn't 2014. You're not just gonna kill them all in a highlight clip. But the way that he was wrong is that again, like I said, KennyS is another one of these people, mate, who like doesn't seem like they come from planet Earth. Like when Kenny is on his game, he will hit all those shots, mate. So I also understand why he wanted to play this style. So give us some thoughts, MaleK, because the period you came in was when KennyS was actually not in very good form. This is maybe the worst part of his career. So he's turned it around since then. Like earlier this year, he was looking in amazing form. So what did we have to change about Kenny to get him back in a good form?
I think it's in his head a lot. I think.
Fuck! I wanted to say that.
I think it's in. Yeah, it's in his head a lot. I think he's a natural. He is natural, and I didn't take it in my team 15 years old because I thought it was impossible what I was witnessing back in the days. And then he had like this great career, great confidence. But same again, he was always driven by other guys around him, Apex for a very, very long time. Showing him picks, what you should do, and blah, blah, blah. Like everything, every detail. This one way, this pick, I'm with you, I'm telling you, follow me, pick after me, do this, do that, everything. This Opera is doing this. I think he always had like good surrounding during his great form.
Yes.
I think he had some crisis moment in his young adult life. It was not so happy for. It was difficult for him to carry everything since we were traveling a lot, and I don't know, like it was just a tough time for him. He said it publicly a couple of times, I think. And when I came in, was like the lowest. He was like not feeling good in his life, in everything, not just yes. So it was difficult for him. He's not a hard worker. He's a natural. He was not confident anymore in his game. So when you are natural and skilled and you did what he did, he was even playing more, and it was even worse. And we had to reverse all these things. So basically, it took time. Honestly, it took a long time actually. But I think it needs a lot of patience because I'm getting mad with him every here and there. No, but it's love as well, you know. I'm saying it like this, but because we have this kind of relationship where I don't want to give up on him because he's so talented. He's a great guy, but he needs to be driven. He needs to understand some steps, and I think he's on a really, really good way. And sometimes he will drop off again, so you have to be with him again, punch a few topics. But I think it's great now. He's working. He learned how he can prepare games. I can prepare games myself. He's doing it alone now. He's having these tools that he's watching about the opponent. He's checking, I'm suicide, 74% of my run does too. Oh, bro, it's too much. I'm doing this. Okay. Oh, my God.
He's studying. Yeah, good.
So it's since the last year now, I'm trying to make this guy working for himself, like doing little, but that can help him. And also I try to set him up in the team. I try to make it more complete. I had different periods. I did not do that all in the same time, but basically he knows that he can play more passive and having more impact later on, because you can nowadays with the things you see, okay, bro, you have a sick entry kill in the first 20 seconds, you are very active on the map, but then what? You do nothing. You are useless, bro. And then you will die, and then utility-wise, no, not interesting. You are repicking, not interesting. Bro, we are 2020, it's useless. You have these talks, and then you will just see, and you will say, yeah, okay. And then you will follow up and improve so much. Now I can ask him before a game to play more mid-round, more late round, more early rounds. I will ask him to support. I will ask him to go crazy.
All right.
And he's responsive, and it's working. He had like a little down for a month after the break, a month or two. It was a bit difficult, but he's grinding back here.
Yes.
I'm not worried at all. You will see a great Kenny for the next 2-3 years. I'm not scared too much. I think he's on a good path, honestly.
See, this guy is the fucking KennyS whisperer. Do you hear that? He brought the unicorn over and put a fucking saddle on its back. He's riding it now. It's amazing.
Thank God.
Because by the way, I'm amazed at that. Like, from someone knowing KennyS, the idea he's watching like demos, looking at tools, that is a big change. Big change.
Look, we have this analyst that is working with us, because I cannot watch every game with him all the time, because I need to watch for the team, I need to prepare the next game, I need to take care of other players. So he's having this great relationship also with the analyst, and they are just having this tool. So he don't see himself really on the game. It's 2D things that they are using, but he's checking everything he's doing, every repick, everything, the plans we made, every game. Even though he lost during bootcamp, is half an hour after the game is finished, he is on the PC actually watching the game with the analyst, every game. And you could never imagine that from him when I came, but it's actually what is happening, and it's helping him a lot. So no, I think he's on a good path. I'm not so worried. I think, yeah.
The moment I knew KennyS was at his highest low, I remember it was the London Major at the Twickenham Stadium. You've been there, Duncan, right?
No, I wasn't at the event. I was unfit. I didn't hand me, but whatever.
Okay.
No beef now. I'm their boss, so fuck him.
The fact that he came into our practice room and he sat next to Smooya and asked him for advice, and
fucking hell,
Smooya sat down with him and watched the demo. Like, obviously, no bullshit. Smooya was playing pretty decent, pretty good during this time, and obviously you can 100% learn something from him. No disrespect or anything, but it's an interesting picture to see KennyS sitting down to Smooya, asking for advice, and you can see that it was a big low time for him. But I also think, I call it always the AWP syndrome. It's very hard for an AWPer, if he doesn't perform with his weapon well. It's hard to have a lot of impact outside of it, unless you change the whole game how the team is playing.
Yes.
And he has to play a way more passive role. Maybe you put him more in an X-on-X situation, or in a clutch situation, rather than him trying to open the map or open the round for your team, because obviously he's not hitting that well, and it's easier to win an X-on-X with an AWP than opening the round for your team. So it takes adjusting. But yeah, it's sad to see a player like KennyS, but obviously you can tell that he's really back, and I'm super happy for him that things are working out for him.